Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we have a couple of stories that all tie in well to construct a capital W for Eminem in the wake of his new album release, and even some detractors get it on this one. As the title suggests, it goes from LeBron Swae Lee to Nick Cannon, who ended 2019 on a low point and decided to start the decade on a lower point. Apparently, he's on his umpteenth Eminem diss track, but no one seems to care anymore, and even media outlets have lost interest. Before we dive in deep, remember to check out my previous video, which was another episode of lyric breakdowns from Eminem's latest album, and that one was on Marsh, a song in which Eminem looks to have given us, our community here, a shout out for those who can read between the lines. Marsh is one of my favorite songs on the album so far, so if you want to know what I think of it, check that video out now at the link that pops up. So we'll start with LeBron, and Eminem fans come in all shades and sizes, unlike what the LSM would have you believe. I've lived in a couple of continents from a very young age, and everywhere I've been, regardless of color and culture, Eminem has always had a huge fan base, and LeBron, one of the greatest sportsmen of all time, has always been in our team. He reacted to the album by sharing this on his Instagram stories.
Besides getting it from both sides of the tracks, but I swore I'd get them back, even if it meant selling my soul to get my revenge.
The caption reads, "Love when you drop music, Holmes. It's needed and welcomed." Notice the word there, needed. I see the LSM and critics talk about how Eminem needs to retire or take a break, but guess what? Critics aren't actually the target audience of any product, and the market decides. So when fans think music from Eminem is needed, the opinions of a critic is as needed as a butthole on my elbow. Which reminds me of Revival. Eminem felt hurt by that because it was many fans that didn't like the album, and while it's not one of his best works according to many fans agree that critical reception kind of contributed to the hate. It's not the best, but the hate was also blown out of proportion. That most of us can agree with, and now Eminem has chosen the strategy of surprise releases so fans can make up their minds before critics poison the water. LeBron's favorite track looks to be Leaving Heaven, since he shared another post of that on Instagram. Take a look.
Completely broken emotionally, but how in the fuck am I not supposed to be woke when these fuckers just keep poking me now?
Next up is about Swae Lee, and before we get to that, remember to hit the like button if you enjoy content like this, and if you are new, also hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to never miss an upload. So on the song Premonition intro, Eminem stated that he's got more hooks in him than Swae Lee, and among other meanings, that also meant choruses in him, hooks for songs. Now I've seen a few people that think this was a diss, but it's not. It's the opposite. Swae Lee has been praised as talented when it comes to creating catchy melodies and hooks for songs, and Eminem is recognizing it with that bar. You'd have to recognize Swae's talent for hooks to make the comparison, and imagine if M stated, "I've got more hooks than Nick Cannon." Everyone would be like, that's not really saying much, is it? So Swae Lee reacted to this by tweeting this at first, "I have a lot of hooks," and later added, "Eminem is a legend" on Twitter. Since praising Eminem is uncool these days, I guess it's time for LeBron and Swae Lee, including all the legends that have praised Eminem, to turn in their black cards, since we were led to believe blacks don't listen to Eminem, and if you ever agreed with that statement, seek help now. That could be a symptom of something serious. Diagnosing a problem in the early stages is always better. Next up today is about Nick Cannon, and if you recall, for those who could stand the entire first diss track that Nick Cannon sent Eminem's way, Nick claimed that Eminem gave a man head, but guess what? It didn't take too long for Nick Cannon to be accused of this in real life by Orlando Brown, who recorded a video stating that Nick Cannon gave him brains. Check it out.
Oh, don't worry about Nick. Nick, okay, look, fine, okay? You want me to tell everybody? You want me to let everybody know about that? Okay, fine. Nick, I'll let you suck my dick, okay? Fine, I said, I'll let Nick suck my dick.
Now it doesn't matter if this is true or not, it's just ironical that after Nick claimed Eminem did that, we have someone claiming that Nick was actually talking about himself. Now people have chalked this up to Orlando Brown's mental health, but if we go that route, what does that say about Nick Cannon's mental health? So that will be all for today. What do you guys think of the stories today? Leave your thoughts below in the comment section, like and subscribe if you haven't, and if you're on Twitter/Instagram, follow me at ETLifestyle_web.